Adoni didn't come to Lagos to fall in love. She came to survive. The first time she stepped into Chief Adewale's mansion in Lekki, she was carrying a nylon bag with 2 wrappers, one pair of slippers, and a folded WAEC result she never showed anyone. Her eyes were sharp, her voice soft, and her spirit already bruised. Madame looked her up and down and scoffed. "She's too pretty," she said. "Pretty girls are trouble." Chief didn't argue. He barely looked at Adoni. He was a man buried in meetings, contracts, and silence. His wife ran the house like a queen, loud, flashy, and always suspicious. Adoni was given a small room behind the kitchen. No fan, no window, just a mattress and a bucket. She cleaned, she cooked, she kept quiet. She watched how Madame insulted the staff, how Tenny, the daughter, rolled her eyes at everyone, how Chief's friend, Mr. Kolapo, always stared at her too long, and how Chief himself seemed tired, not just in his body, but in his soul. One night, Madame shouted so loud the neighbors heard. "You think I don't know what you are doing?" She screamed at Chief. "You think I am stupid?" Chief didn't reply. "You are sleeping with that maid, Abby?" She spat. Chief looked up slowly. "Don't be ridiculous." Madame threw a glass. It shattered. Adoni, hiding behind the pantry door, closed her eyes. She wasn't sleeping with anyone, but she was dreaming, and her dreams were dangerous. Weeks passed. Adoni kept her head down, but her mind stayed sharp. She noticed how Madame flirted with Mr. Kolako, Chief's best friend, how she laughed too loud when he visited, how she wore perfume only on those days. One evening, Adoni was cleaning the study when she overheard voices. "You promised me," Madame whispered. "I didn't promise anything," Mr. Kolako replied. "You said you did talk to Chief. Get me shares in the company." I said I did try. Madame's voice was cold. "You are using me. Are you not using me?" Adoni froze behind the curtain. Her heart thundered. Later that night, Chief came home early. He looked tired, worn. He walked past Madame without a word. "You are ignoring me now." Chief didn't answer. She threw a magazine at him. "You think I don't know what you are doing with that maid?" Chief turned slowly. "Adoni is the only person in this house who doesn't lie to me." Madame laughed. "You are pathetic." Chief stared at her. "And you are cruel." That night, Adoni sat in her room, staring at the ceiling. She didn't want to be part of their drama. She didn't want power or romance or revenge. She just wanted peace. But peace was expensive in Lagos, and someone was about to pay. Chief Adewale sat in his office, staring at the quarterly report. The second company, a logistic firm in Ikeja, was bleeding money. The manager had resigned. The staff were confused. Deliveries were late. Clients were angry. He signed and called Adoni. She walked in, dressed in a simple blouse and skirt, holding a notepad. "Yes, sir. I need help," he said. "The Ikeja office is falling apart." Adoni nodded. "I can go there." "You?" "Yes, sir. I have been reading reports. I know where the problems are." He stared at her. "You were not like her." "Who?" "My wife," he said quietly. "She only wants power. You want progress." Adoni didn't reply. She just picked up the file. "I will go tomorrow morning," she said. And she did. Within 2 weeks, the Ikeja office was running like a machine. Staff were motivated. Clients returned. Deliveries were early. Adoni didn't shout. She didn't threaten. She listened. She solved. Back at the mansion, Madame was unraveling. She started drinking, started yelling. Started accusing everyone of betrayal. One night, she slapped Tenny. "You are useless," she screamed. "You let that mate take over." Tenny shoved her back. "You are the one who cheated." Madame froze. "You think I don't know?" Tenny is. "You are Mr. Kolapo. You ruined everything." Chief walked in at that moment. He had it all. The silence that followed was deadly. "I want a divorce," he said. Madame gasped. "What?" "You had me," Chief said. "It's over." Madame collapsed onto the couch, sobbing. Tenny ran upstairs, slamming her door. Adonis, standing quietly in the hallway, felt her heart twist. She didn't want this. She didn't want anyone's marriage to break. But she also knew sometimes destruction cleared the way for the truth. Tenny barged into the Keja office one afternoon, heels stabbing the floor like daggers. Adoni was reviewing invoices when she looked up calmly. "Tenny," she said, "good afternoon." Tenny didn't smile. "Don't good afternoon me. You think you are smart, Abby?" Adoni closed the file. "I am just doing my job." Tenny scoffed. "Job? You are running my father's company like you own it." "I am managing it," Adoni said, "because it was falling apart." Tenny stepped closer. "You think you are better than me?" "No," Adoni said. "I think I am different." Tenny eyes flared. You refused Kolapo's offer, didn't you?" Adoni blinked. "What offer?" "He wanted you to leak documents, sabotage the company. You said no." Adoni nodded. "Of course I said no." Tenny laughed bitterly. "You are so holy, so perfect. You think that's why my father likes you?" Adoni stood up. "I don't know why he likes me, but I know I didn't lie. I didn't cheat. I didn't steal." Tenny's voice cracked. "He divorced my mother because of you." "No," Adoni said softly. "He divorced her because she betrayed him." Tenny stared at her. Then she whispered, "You will regret this." Adoni didn't reply. She just picked up her file and walked away. Outside, Mr. Kolapo sat in his car watching. He dialed a number. "She's not playing ball," he said. "We need another plan." Inside the office, Adonis sat at her desk, hands pounding. She didn't want war, but war was coming, and she would not run. The divorce made the news. Tech mogul Chief Adewale split from his wife and scandal. The headline screamed. Madame moved out, dragging her designer bags and broken pride. Tenny followed, slamming doors and deleting her father's number from her phone. Mr. Kolapo stopped visiting. Investors pulled out. Friends stopped calling. Chief sat alone in his mansion, staring at the silence. Adoni brought him tea one evening. "Thank you," he said. She nodded. "You are welcome, sir." He looked at her. Everyone left. She sat down slowly. "Sometimes silence is better than noise." He chuckled. "You always say things that make me think." "I just say what I feel," she replied. He leaned forward. "You stayed." "I didn't stay for you," she said. "I stayed for the company, for the staff, for myself." Chief nodded. "Still, you stayed." Adoni looked him in the eye. "Let them leave. If they were meant to stay, they wouldn't have gone." Chief stared at her for a long time. Then he said, "I want to rebuild. Not just the business, my life." Adoni stood up. "Then start." He watched her walk away. Her back straight, her step calm. And for the first time in months, he felt something like hope. 3 months after divorce, Chief's mansion felt like ghost house. No parties, no laughter, no perfume trails, just silence, broken by the hum of the generator and the shuffle of Adoni's footsteps. But the Ikeja office, it was booming. Adoni had turned it into a machine. Staff were motivated. Clients were loyal. Even competitors were asking, "Who is running Adewale Logistics now?" One afternoon, a reporter came by. "You want to feature your company," he said. "But more importantly, we want to feature you." Adoni blinked. "Me?" "Yes," he said. "You were the one holding it together," she agreed reluctantly. The article came out the next week. From maid to manager, the woman behind Adewale Logistic come back. She read it in silence. Then he folded the paper and walked into the garden where Adoni was watching the hibiscus. "You are famous now," he said. Adoni smiled. "I didn't ask for it. You earned it," he said. She looked at him. "I just did what needed to be done," he nodded. "You always do." There was a pause. Then he said, "I have been thinking." Anthony kept watching. "I want to marry you," he said. She froze. "Not because I am lonely," he said. "Not because you stayed, but because you are the only person who sees me, the real me." Anthony's voice was quiet. "I need time." She blinked. "Time?" "Yes, to think, to breathe, to be sure." He smiled. "Take all the time you need." Anthony walked away, heart pounding. She wasn't afraid. She was ready. But she needed to choose, not out of pity, not out of pressure, but out of power. It was a quiet Sunday morning. Adonis sat on the balcony of the Ikeja office, sipping tea and watching the city wake up. The sun was soft, the breeze gentle, and her heart calm. As Chief Adewale arrived unannounced, no driver, no security, just him in a simple shirt and jeans. She stood up. "Good morning, sir. Can I sit?" She nodded. They sat in a silence for a moment. Then he said, "I meant what I said. I want to marry you." Adoni looked at him. "Why?" "Because you were the only person who stayed," he said. "When the money left, when the people left, you stayed." She nodded. "I stayed for myself, not for you." "I know," he said. "That's why I respect you." She looked at the city below. "I never planned to be anyone's wife. I planned to be someone." "You are someone," he said. "With or without me." She turned to him. "If I say yes, it won't be because I need savings. It will be because I choose it." He nodded. "Then choose." She stood up, walked to the edge of the balcony, took a deep breath, then turned back. "I will marry you," she said, "but I am not your maid. I am not your shadow. I am your partner." She stood up. "That is all I want." They hugged, not like lovers in a movie, but like two people who had survived a storm and found shelter in each other. The city didn't share, the blogs didn't explode. But in that quiet moment, Adoni became more than a boss wife. She became the boss. Thank you for watching this tale beneath the firelight. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.